I gotta tell y'all, I'm so excited to talk to you about this wedding because I was down a rabbit hole on Instagram. I mean, it just looked like an insane fairy tale. How does it feel, married life, a couple weeks in?
It feels amazing. I mean, we've been together for a while, so
Right.
the paper solidified it, but we've been in love and together, and we already said it was going to be forever. So the paper and the big day just made it perfect.
Yeah, I think it just was celebrated. That's all.
I was gonna say it must feel good to be able to be surrounded by so many loved ones, but also to look as fire as you did. I mean, talk to me about the day. What was it like getting ready? And how did you guys feel now when you're looking back at it through photos? You know, what do you remember most about that big day?
Oh man, I was so nervous and scared about everything. I was pacing for. A lot of things happened that day, as you can imagine. There were so many different moving parts, and some things were going wrong. It seems like nothing was going right. I was crying, and it turned out to be a beautiful day. I'm still looking at pictures. I'm probably going to post pictures for the next month because it was so.
Yeah, when I saw her, I was trying to be very calm on this day, but when I saw her, I could tell that she wasn't. You know, and I was like, first look, and I hadn't seen her all day, and I missed her, and I just wanted to hug her and kind of pat her down because she was sweating, she was nervous. I could see it.
So imagine having that missing when you need that all day.
Oh.
I was like, God, I need you so bad.
Isn't that so wild that that's how weddings are? Everyone I talk to who's gotten married says it's really stressful, and all of a sudden there's a moment, and I think it's usually after the ceremony where you finally just can exhale and hopefully enjoy it. So I hope you guys got to enjoy it.
I think we did. I think for us, it was when we were kind of exchanging our vows and looking at each other. It's like everybody disappeared.
Yes.
And then at the reception,
when we did our first dance together, I didn't see anybody else in that room.
yeah, everybody
Wow, that's magic. What would you say was the most emotional part of the day? Was it the first look? Was it the vows? Was it that dance?
It was the first look when I turned around and saw her carriage. She was riding in the horse and carriage, and I was like, "Oh my God, you look so beautiful!" Yeah. And there are pictures that captured my face, like.
I think it was the both of us in that moment because we hadn't seen each other. We tried our hardest to stay away.
Yeah.
Finally got to see each other, and then I had never seen her in her dress, and she had never seen me in my dress. So that was our first look. And then, you know, it was like, excuse my language, bitch, we getting married right now.
I do want to talk about the rings though, because I feel like fans are dying to know about the rings. And Judy, like, when did you know it was the right time to propose?
So for me, we were in a relationship, and I was watching her just kind of hold back herself and feeling like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be a burden on you. And so I felt like I needed to do something to show her that I accept her everything. I accept flaws. I accept everything because that's how she's accepted me. I had started planning it since like October the year before, and her birthday's in April. So I had rings in the house hidden for months.
Brat, what does it feel like to hear those words from Judy? You know, the fact that, you know, she's so committed and wanted to make sure that you knew that, you know, make sure that you know that you're loved.
Oh, man, are you kidding? It made me feel like the luckiest girl in the world. Like, girl, where you been all my life?
Yes.
God sent, heaven sent, and she completes me. And I am so blessed to have her as my wife.
Now, obviously, you guys had quite the affair, you know, like the wedding day was epic, but also so were the people that were there. How was the turn up is what I want to know, because you had Jermaine Dupri there, you had Candy Burris and Portia.
We tried to make this our moment.
Yes.
So we tried to do the room, but we didn't even get a chance to do the room because we were trying to enjoy each other.
Yeah.
So I believe they, from what we saw in the pictures, but we were caught up in, you know, like enjoying the moment. Yeah.
As you should be, right? As you should be. It did look like everyone had a damn good time though.
Chance to eat, really.
You didn't even get a chance to eat?
No, not really.
I had a bite of a lobster tail.
Yeah, you know what? That tracks. You know, it's a busy night for both y'all. But then that's why the honeymoon is so special, right? Because it's a time for you guys to kind of just enjoy each other without any of the other craziness around you. So talk to me. How was the honeymoon?
Well, first of all, I didn't think we were going on a honeymoon because we're so busy. schedules. She's in the middle of putting out new products and running her business. I'm in the middle of working on a new album. Yeah. So we'll honeymoon later, which is what I thought. Then at the end of our reception, she stands up and she goes, beautiful. She takes the mic. I have an announcement to make. And I'm like, oh God, what is it? She's like, we're going on our honeymoon. We leave tomorrow. We're going to Turks and Caicos and we're going for like 6 months. I was like, oh my God. I was so excited. Oh my God.
Wow.
It was beautiful. Of course, she's so extra. She got like a 7-bedroom villa. We had maids and chefs, and it was we went on a yacht. It was the most beautiful trip and the best trip of my life. Wow. And I needed it.
Judy, you are full of surprises. That is you are a hopeless romantic.
Dynamic of our relationship. I think she might have started it. So now it's a thing for us. There's absolutely nothing that she wouldn't do for me, and she's shown that. She actually probably within the first year. I've seen it. It's are you okay? Do you need anything? Are you okay? Do you need anything? Always trying to make sure she's very accommodating. And so why would I who would let that get away?
Huh? Especially when she's your twin flame, right? You guys have called each other that, your twin flame. Why is that the best way to describe each other?
It is. That's why we got married on 2/22/22, and it's actually tattooed on my back.
I saw that. You got that this past summer, right?
Yeah. Our hearts kind of mimic each other. So our love language is a little bit different, but the way that we love people, the way that we care is kind of the same. So, that's why it is definitely us twinning, because she is, no matter how hard she is to y'all, she is the most nurturing, loving. Anybody that's met her that knows her. She's the most nurturing, loving person.
So your wedding was obviously televised. How did you guys kind of come to that decision that you wanted to air your wedding on TV?
We debated about that. We really debated about that because we didn't want to have to limit the attendees, and a lot of her friends, it's a thing. Having the cameras follow, it's a thing.
For my celebrity friends,
Right.
Okay.
So, out of it is we gave our life to the public. So we said it kind of would be very selfish of us to kind of keep that.
We have loyal fans and super fans, and we wanted to make sure they got a glimpse and got to share some of our joy.
That's right. You want to take them along for the ride and the whole journey, because they've been there from the beginning with y'all for sure. So we will be able to get to see a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and maybe even some of that stress that you were talking about.
Yes.
Stuff was just happening.
Everything was happening. We were fussing and cussing and crying. It was a lot going on. Brat Loves Judy. Season 2.
Exactly.
And it is crazy. It is crazy.
The best part about it, though, I think, is also you'll have this forever, almost as like a video picture book, of that day. Of course, the stress happened, but that's not going to be the thing you remember the most.
It's going to be my wife. It's going to be the setting, all the people that we love and care for, that genuinely care about us.
So you came out in 2020, and here you are with the love of your life, married. You got a wife. I mean, I have to imagine that in the 90s and the early 2000s, it wasn't easy to live authentically, right? So now that you're on the other side of it, how does that make you feel, especially knowing that you're being celebrated for being exactly who you are and loving who you love?
The day we did it, it felt like a weight was lifted. I mean, I was so happy, and
after nervous.
After nervous.
Yes.
Because the response from people was all positive. Everybody. You got half the people saying, girl, we already knew. And then half, oh my God, I'm so glad you finally said something. And it is so great to be in love, and you look so happy. You're glowing. And I just felt that. It was everything to me. It's one of the best moments of my life besides my wedding. That's
right. I'm so happy for you. I mean, you mentioned you're working on an album. Is this new era of life inspiring this new music?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I cannot wait for people to hear my new music, my new project. It's going to be awesome. And I haven't put out an album in so long because it feels so different now, because I feel free and I'm happy, seriously happy.